Hi friend, welcome back to Yoga Born YouTube. So I hope you are managing okay in this warmer weather. I've got a drink nearby if you need to grab one for yourself before we start our movement today, then just press pause and do that. And we are right at the end of Move Through May. So if you have been following us daily or dipping in and out, then that's amazing. If not, and this is your first day, a big welcome. You might want to skip back to day one, the 1st of May, just to find out a little bit more about what Move Through May is. And today our asana or our shape is Balasana. So this is our pose of a child's pose. There are some versions of it that are called embryo pose as well. And we're going to explore different options, variations, ways that you can find what works for you and your body, because that is what it's all about. Before we start to explore that, an invitation just to find a comfortable seat that works for you right now. Try and have a little bit of length through the spine, a softness to the face, the shoulders, the belly, relaxing the arms and hands. And you might even close the eyes down or just lower the gaze to the earth. And have a check-in with how your body feels right now in this present moment. With curiosity, not with judgment, comparison, criticism. Be kind, be curious. Bring awareness to your breath. Inhaling, feeling that gentle expansion, and as you exhale, the softening. And then blinking the eyes open or lifting the gaze. So let's start to explore Balasana. I have a yoga block here, and you could have something similar. I have also got 2 cushions off my sofa, which are kind of like flatter versions of bolsters. So you might want to grab yourself a cushion, you could fold up a blanket, use your pillow. So if you are at home, it's just about being inventive with what you've got around you. And we're going to make our way onto our hands and knees. So from there, we're going to take the knees together for our first option and sit the seat right down onto the heels. And in both versions that we're going to explore, our knees together and our knees wide, we want to keep the seat as close to the heels as we can. So something that I quite often see, and it's not about right or wrong, but it's about what might feel more comfortable, is that people, in order to try and get their head to the earth, will lift their seat really high. And if you try it yourself, I've just tried it, that's so much pressure on your head. And you're not really getting the benefits through the spine of that then. So for me, I would use probably a block and both of my bolsters here. You could lay your bolster lengthways, or it's quite nice just to pop it where the knees are. I'm going to pop a block down there too. And this allows me to keep my seat to my heels whilst bringing my forehead down. So if you feel a little bit unsteady, you can plant the hands to the earth. Another version of this is to drop the arms down by the side of the body. Just let the elbows be loose. And take a few breaths there. So this is more of our embryo pose, this kind of rounded, small position for the body. For some people, that can feel almost a little bit too constricting. So our other version is to take our knees wider. So just coming back up for a moment, maintain that seat to the heels, knees come as wide as you feel is comfortable. Your big toes might be touching or at least just pointing in the direction towards each other. And again, we're keeping the seat towards the heels as we make our way into this version. So I might take away one of my props here. Having a bolster in this version can be really nice, just coming onto the side of the head or face. So wherever we rest the forehead, we want to make sure we're not squashing the nose, so we've got that clear airway for breath. And in this version, we're getting into those inner leg lines. And sometimes the spine can feel and be slightly longer in this version, as in if we're coming from kind of tailbone in a straight-ish line up towards the back of the head. In our embryo version, we're still lengthening the spine, but just in a different way because we're rounding the body. So take a couple of breaths here. You can relax the arms. You could take the arms a little bit wider. Try not to draw the shoulders up to the ears. We don't want to cause tension. And then plant the hands down, push the earth away from you, and bring yourself up. So something else that can feel quite nice is to use a little support on the tops of the feet. So that could be a rolled blanket, a towel, even an eye pillow, so that when we bring the seat back to the heels, especially if you're on a harder surface, you've got that little bit of support there, and also that's lifting your heels closer towards your seat. So then you would make your way down into whichever version. You've just got that support on the tops of the feet. Let's sweep ourselves back round and find a comfortable seat, and we'll just pause for a couple of breaths here. And then our last kind of demo or version here, and of course there's loads of different ways that you can explore this, and we love to see that as teachers. It's just great to look around a room and see that everyone is kind of exploring their own version. Another one is laying down. So child's pose is often said that it's comfy for everybody, you know, it's this resting pose. I don't think that's true. I think that's a really broad statement. I broke a bone in my foot many years ago, and for me to come into child's pose was really uncomfortable. So one thing that I will say is, if that doesn't work for you, find what does. It might be just coming back to a seat. It could be, especially if you're in a yin practice and you have more time, that you bring yourself down onto your back and bring the knees in towards you. So that would be your closed leg version. You could take the knees a little bit wider, draw the thighs into the sides of the body. You might even point the toes together. It's almost like we're in a reclined bound angle position, which is one of the asanas that we've explored in Move Through May. Chin is to chest. You could even pop a strap around the thighs or the shins. And that would be a version of child's pose, so a reclined child's pose. Roll into the side to leave that position. Let's come back to our comfortable seat, kind of back to where we began. Maybe closing the eyes. Letting the spine lengthen, but the shoulders soften. And just a little check-in of how we feel right now. So that was another Move Through May. We will be back again tomorrow of the last few days of Move Through May. The great thing is, number one, all these practices are free, but number two, you don't have to do them in any particular order. They're going to stay up on YogaBorn YouTube, so you can dip in and out of them. And particularly in the warmer weather, if you feel that you're quite impacted with that and a full practice just doesn't seem like it would be best for you, why not have a little look through, pick out an asana that you feel you might want to try out, or one that might be more restful, and give it a whirl. Leave us a comment, give us the thumbs up, and the big thing that we really ask for supporting is clicking that subscribe button. It's just one click, but for us, it helps us to grow this accessible, inclusive, and completely free platform that is Yoga Born YouTube. Take really good care of yourself. Bye for now.